Hello everyone and welcome back. It's KeeperMC and we continue our exploration on the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft, 2b2t.org. And well, finally we are kinda building our home. Well, not a home as a building, but the territory. So this small village is actually becoming our place to stay for a while. And in the previous episode, we kinda finished building the fence around the territory. I made sure to lift it up off camera, so it's actually shaped well. And as you can see, I already started to put them torches all across the territory, so that it will ensure that no hostile mobs will be able to spawn. And that's probably going to be something I will continue doing for a while now, because yeah, I already crafted some stacks of torches, as you can see, and well, probably I will need some more, but yeah, for now the only thing I'm planning to do is to land them all, so that the village would not have any chance to spawn zombies, skeletons, creepers, and like all the other types of mobs which could potentially kill the villagers. And I guess as long as it will be done, I will continue the recording, because yeah, for now it's just too uh, sad view for you viewers. So once it's done, I'll get back. All right. It wasn't anything quick, to be honest. So many torches. I think I used like, I don't know, 4 or maybe 5 stacks of them. Also, in some places, modifying the terrain a little bit. Not as a final stage, because there is still lots of things to be done, but the first things are getting completed, and currently our village looks like that. So as you can see, hopefully all the torches are placed. Hopefully I not missed any of them, but of course if I will and notice that some mobs are still spawning, then I'll make sure to fix it. For now, the only areas where monsters potentially can spawn are the trees. Not sure if they can spawn in the water, so I think water is safe. But yeah, in any case, these are the trees we are still having on our territory, and also the roofs of the buildings, because currently they are not equipped, let's say, with them torches as well. But it's already something, and I hope that that will be a good for some time, to avoid unnecessarily combat, let's say, with monsters against the villagers, let's say. And yeah, that's really something already. And well, I don't know, I did some quick fishing just to see if there's anything we can potentially get, but no, we didn't get anything significant. So yeah, let's get down and let's get down to business. I think for now I'll just collect some veggies, replant them, maybe chop down those trees, just to minimize the risks of those monsters to spawn. And then we'll see, maybe I'll go for fishing off camera, maybe not. And would you look at that? 3, 2, 1, boom! 15 levels, no arrows. Oh. Anything? No. More zombies. Okay. We can do it. We can totally handle it. Alright, and it seems that the new day is about to begin, and hopefully also the rain will stop. So let's start with collecting them crops. Maybe let's free up the inventory for our convenience. Well, maybe let's leave a sword in case if we'll need to fight anyone. And I think it's also a good time to maybe start doing the first trades with the villagers, because our resources start to grow, because from time to time I'm still collecting the veggies and replanting them, and I think we already have well, most probably a few stacks of everything, so it would not be a bad idea to start selling them as well, getting not only the experience but also some emeralds we will trade later on for some good things. So yeah. Of course, yeah, our job in terms of making this village great isn't over, because of course we only started with some basics like setting the light sources, removing some trees and stuff like that, but of course there's still lots of things to be done. And most probably there would not be a well, cool and significant system around with it, because probably I will just do it as long as something will come to my mind, not like according to some plan, but I guess that's also fine. And eventually this village will look much better. Okay, let's collect the rest, because yeah, I think the trickiest part would be actually terraforming the ground, changing the levels, moving the farms, and of course moving the homes, because for now homes, yeah, are quite weirdly, let's say, located in some cases, and of course it makes not only for villagers tricky to move around, but also for me myself. And I'm planning also to not only move the houses but also slightly rebuild them. In some cases there are no doors, maybe no windows, or just one or something like that. So I'll make sure to improve this as well, and probably will put the double doors in each house, with a big hope that suddenly villagers will learn how to use them doors, because for now they just often stand and do nothing. Not sure if they will use beds if I will place them, but I'll still do it, so it will look more realistic as a village. And of course, as long as we will have any significant progress on that part, we will need to start planning our probably first thing going back to the skeleton farm, so we can actually get some arrows, probably through the nether. And when we will be having those arrows, probably I will go back the same way through the nether up until the blaze spawner I have identified previously, so we can actually farm some blaze rods as well. So big plans, not well organized, but still. In any case, we are writing our own story, and the most crucial part of it is that we are entertained. And of course, if you have any ideas of what could be next that we will try to do, comments, questions, suggestions, I would highly appreciate those, so feel free to share if there is something you would love to share. And I wonder, where did my hoe went? Probably I lost it in lava a few episodes ago when I just fell down and died. So yeah, we probably need to craft another one. And let's craft the iron one. Yeah. So some basic things and the iron hoe. Also later on, when we will reorganize the environment, let's say, we will also see which vegetables are actually the best ones for us as a food sources. So we will see if that's a bread, either it's baked potatoes or anything else. Because, I mean, when you craft a bread, you just get food, but maybe when you bake potato and take it out of the furnace, maybe you also get experience. I'm not sure, I just don't remember. So we will definitely make sure to select the best one, or make maybe few of them. I mean the types of the crops, and of course stop planting and harvesting the rest. But for now we are just doing it all to see if we can trade them all, because if not, then of course there is no point to have them. Alright, we already got some, and let's finish these beetroots. Yeah, and if you wonder why I'm doing it in such an old school way, just manual harvesting, that's because we're playing a pure vanilla. It's not only about the game launcher itself, or like version of the game, but it is also regarding the game, the way we play, let's say. So yeah, let's put it all back in the chest. We even have a poisonous potato. No idea if this is something we can actually use. Maybe that's something for brewing, or I don't know. But still, we already have some good things to be sold. And probably if we will start to have too many seeds, we will just start burning them down, because yeah, why to keep them if we will never use them. Yeah, that's a beautiful decoration style of the house. It's nothing, just one showroom. It's just amazing. Yeah. Alright, so we need to think where to start and what to start with. Probably, as I mentioned, it would be the trees, because yeah, we still have some of them growing right on our territory, and this could be a bad scenario in terms of mobs spawning on them and then falling down to mess with our villagers. As you can see, some trees made it out really big, so we better take them all off. Because I know, well, you can maybe leave them trees alone and light them up with glowstone, like blocks. Maybe the same torches will do the job and stuff like that, but to be honest, I don't like how it looks when there's a torches on the trees, because of course if you're putting it on a wood block, it's okay, it looks quite, I would say, normal, but at the same time, if you're not having the top part of the trees covered with the torch or any other light source, then mobs still will make it and will spawn. So in my opinion, it's better not to have trees, and therefore not have any mobs falling down from them. Because some time ago I was playing a single player world, and I also was kinda living my life in a village, slowly making it better, moving them houses, building new houses, because it was, I think, more recent version than 12, as we have on 2B2T. And of course, yeah, I was creating new professions, improving the farms and stuff like that. But always somewhere in the middle of the night, some zombies were falling down from trees and messing with the villagers. And of course, yeah, in the newer versions there are golems, which are doing pretty good job in terms of protecting villagers, but still it's something that requires your attention from time to time, and I honestly don't like it. So if you know a good way to have them trees and also not to have the monsters around spawning, you can type it in the comments, so I'll take it as a suggestion from you. If not, then we will just not have any trees. But for now, let's just finish chopping them down, and of course collect both saplings and apples, because of course, like usually we replant them trees, but for now we just chop them off. But I will make sure to plant some outside of our territory, so that it's not that bad in terms of caring about this world ecology or whatever. Alright. Well, I'm sorry, little birch tree, but no exceptions for now. No exceptions. Because one of the ways of keeping trees could be actually some sort of a segregating the land, splitting it in some parts to have some animals like sorted in a different cages, and maybe then have them trees inside of those cages, so even if monsters spawn, they still are getting like left in the box, let's say. But as I mentioned, I'm not planning to force animals to stay in a small, let's say, rooms. So even if we will have like, I don't know, 50 cows, then they will just freely walk around the whole village. So that's the plan for now. And together with chopping them trees, we also are starting to get some extra spots for the torches, because there are actually some places where the tree itself was not allowing me to put them, so it's good to double check. So far seems so good. Well, maybe then let's just remove the sapling, so that we won't need to take care of this later on as well. Some more leaves to be removed. Yeah, extra spot for the torch. And yeah, now we will need to take care of this huge tree, but we'll make it. If I remember it correctly, that's not the biggest type of the trees, so it's not that bad actually, just lots of leaves, branches, let's say. And of course wooden blocks. And usually I do it in a way of chopping what's possible from the bottom, so that all the blocks are just falling down. And then I build some sort of a tower out of, I don't know, maybe dirt or anything else, and trying to actually climb the tree on the top, and just start by removing yeah, you saw nothing. And yeah, just starting to chop all the leaves and also the wooden blocks, so that in the end we end up with no leaves floating and no wooden blocks hanging on those floating leaves. So that's the way we go. And of course, again, some ambulances running around. In theory, it was supposed to work better. That's the common joke. But it was working on my machine. course, yeah, also one of the reasons why I'm not willing to keep those trees, especially these big ones, because the bigger the tree is, the more shadow actually it is casting, and of course the bigger space monster have to spawn on, especially here up in the upper levels. So yeah, the only way for now I know is to chop them trees down away from our territory, which is still fine, I believe, because we have lots of trees around us and also lots of grass, so supposed to be still a super fresh air. I wonder how many apples will we get from this tree. Not the smallest one for sure. I remember there was some online server back in the days when I was playing earlier versions of Minecraft, and there was well, it was not a peaceful server, so it was not a fully vanilla, but it had some plugins which were like kind of protecting some territories from being griefed, especially the spawn zone. And there was actually one apple tree, like kind of in the protected chunk, and you were actually able to punch them leaves. Eventually, of course, you start getting apples from those leaves, and the server itself, using the plugins, was always restoring those leaves. So you were just hitting them thousands of times until you have enough apples to grab. It was actually a good way to not to die playing vanilla back in the days. And of course, on the Anarchy server, there are no such things as peaceful chunks, let's say. So whenever you can see or meet on your way could be destroyed. At some point, quite exciting. Otherwise, if the server is like playing on vanilla and the peaceful one where you're able kind of claiming chunks, it could end up being quite boring, because people have no absolute need to go far away on the server, so they are all building their houses like next to each other. And of course, when you are a new player, you are joining, you are supposed to walk through the hundreds of bases, in case like most of them are already abandoned because people just left the server like years ago, and these chunks are still locked for like claiming or editing. So yeah, that's just not the way I love to play. In some sense, I prefer anarchy, so that if you are not cautious enough or powerful enough, then you may lose everything. And of course, if you are not a skillful player as we are, you'll just die somewhere in lava with all of your good things. I'm so happy I didn't lose those diamonds in the lava. Oh my gosh, or like in a fire. That would be such a disaster. But okay, we chopped down all of them trees. It's still night out there, and I think this could be it for this episode. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you back in the next episode. Hopefully I will decide what to do next, and we will put our hands back to work. Bye bye everyone.